Welcome back. Episode 2, No Name Podcast. Nobody cares about us. At least not for the first couple episodes. I'm your host, DreasHipHop, and I have here my co-host, Ken Vito from Rico. uh, and
that's wild.
Ken Vito from Rico?
Yeah.
You know, funny thing is, I was trying to figure out, like, all right, what names do I give you guys this week? And we're missing the other two co-hosts. I'm not sure for what reasons they're not here, but Nicole's name was Nikki Lewinsky.
Why?
Because she's Nicole. And the only Nikki that we got around here.
Why Lewinsky, though?
I mean, Nikki is married. She's married. Nikki, does Nikki have it? I think no. Nikki's not pregnant yet.
Okay.
Oh, I would assume Nikki's a mom, and she's going. Oh, this is Coraline. The only difference is so and so or Nikki's dark. Nicki Minaj is darker than obviously Nicole, or light skinned than Nicole. But outside of that, yeah, no. Nikki Lewinsky, and she can fight me on it. I'm gonna try to come up with things like every other time until something like really feel like it's sticking.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so there's that. And then we have, damn, what did I name Walter? That I forgot.
I forgot too.
I know his was like, you know, if he's fighting the bear, help the bear. But I had something for him. Walter, the man at the altar. There you go.
What?
That's what it was. Walter, the man at the altar.
That's horrible.
Minnesota. You said what?
That's horrible.
Oh, well, that's, you know, it is what it is. Here, you can't say nothing. You probably at the altar right now as we speak.
Yeah, that's true.
Giving a lovely lady away. Or man. So, enough of me laughing. How you been, sir? We're going to go straight into mental health check-ins. See how you been, up to, what you want to talk about, you know, announce.
Yeah, I mean, I've been good. Just busy with work. You know how these things go when your manager wants you to do something in like a month, but you don't have the time to do it.
We don't have the facilities for that, big man.
Yeah, pretty much. But other than that, I'm pretty good. You know, grateful to be here.
What's up? Is there anything that you're working on that you want to, you know, let the people on my side know?
I'm working on an iOS 17.4 review because it's supposed to come out this week. It's pretty big, but only if you are in the European Union, and that is because once 17.4 comes out, you'll be able to download apps outside of the App Store.
Oh, so now they're pretty much Android.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, I remember it's like, oh, only first party, and then like we can kind of do third party if you either crack the software with an APK. I don't know, iPhone is APK, or some other device.
Yeah, it's an IPA for iPhone.
IPA. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's happening because the European Union is basically forcing Apple's hand. Right? Yeah, so they have no choice. They want to keep earning money, right?
Listen, I honestly, I applaud the European Union because if it wasn't for them, I would not have a USB-C on my iPhone 15. That I would have made a real decision like, do I sit with Android or do I move over to iPhone? I don't know. The USB cable drop, I was like, all right, it kind of makes it easier.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But I understand Apple doesn't really want to do all that, so it is what it is.
They're not going to make it easy though. I got to get into the requirements of it, but it's if you want to sell your app outside of Apple's App Store, you need to have like I think they said like $1 million. No, sorry, £1 million in like unsecured funds or it's something weird that if you're not a big company, you can't do it. But I gotta look into it for the review though.
I'm not even mad at that, honestly, because of what Apple's trying to do.
Yeah, yeah. I
Consumer
personally,
wise, is
yeah,
right.
I personally think that no one's going to. Well, not no one, but not a lot of people are going to use it. You know, just like the really techie people are going to use it. But
So honestly, it's just a fluke.
yeah, it's just to satisfy the European Union, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing, you can do it. You can download apps outside of the App Store on
Mm-hmm.
iPhone. But you can't do it on iPad. The reason why you can't do it on iPad is because Apple's being really cheeky, and they said, okay, fine, we'll just do it for the iPhone because, you know, the iPad is running its own version, its own software. So, in case you don't know, iPhone is run by iOS, and iPad is for I think it's been I think it's been 4 years actually. iPad is now iPad OS. So because they changed the name, they don't have to they don't have to have the iPad have the ability to sideload apps. It's, even though there's no difference between iPad OS or an iOS.
Like I said before, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not even mad though. I'm just not. Because I get it. Like Apple's end, like you want to make money, and you had this entire setup, like obviously to not be a part of everybody else. But then now you're being forced to. So like, well, if that's the case, then fucking make it harder for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not mad at any of that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the response is once it comes out.
I'm sure gonna just keep cracking down to. It's like, all right, well, since you can do that, you're gonna do something else for us too.
Yeah,
It's just like, all right, keep nitpicking. We're gonna nitpick with you back. Like, fuck out of here. Actually, listen, but that's a lot of damn ingredients. No, I'm actually doing research right now to see if I can find a green drink for St. Patrick's Day parade tomorrow. In this town. So as we're talking, I'm also doing research.
isn't there a drink? Isn't there a drink called the Incredible Hulk? I don't know if it's green, but
Yes, I
it
know.
should be green.
Yes. So I'm trying to make something that's like a bit more easier. That's like maybe 3 ingredients.
Okay.
Now I don't remember the ingredients for Incredible Hulk, which is why I say what I say. But if I look it up, actually let me do that right now. We're chatting. Let's just mosey on over to it. No, I see exactly where it says that too. I heard. Oh, okay. Nicole's cut. Nikki Lewinsky coming soon.
Okay.
She's done with her homework. Oh wow! So I was wrong. It's only 2 ingredients.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's cognac and hypnotic.
Okay. I would have never thought that.
That's just sound like death. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sound like death. Well, let me put that on the list.
Yeah, or you could
Yeah,
also try.
sure.
You could also try like your traditional. I don't know, like a Manhattan, but make it green somehow.
Man, I think I've seen the name. I didn't read the ingredients though.
Okay.
But I don't want to make this a drink podcast. I ain't a bartender like that, or barista, or whatever you want to call the people, mixologist. I'm learning though, but I'm not
Yeah.
there to fully, yeah. So, but I appreciate it though.
Yeah. Anytime.
Definitely something. Definitely something. On the off time. Outside of that, any stories that happened for the last 2 weeks before I get into my story and might be a little controversial? I should wait until Nicole gets here because actually she might be one of the perfect people to also talk to since it's about
Yeah.
kids.
Oh. Oh boy.
Man, the things that has happened
Mhm.
yesterday. By the time people listen to it, it's gonna be Monday, but for me, it was yesterday, Thursday night. Whew.
Mhm.
I'll break that down later. But yeah, anything going on your end before I get to that bag?
You know what? No, it's been pretty quiet. So let's just dive in, man.
Okay. Also, shout out your YouTube channel because I just realized I never shouted that out.
Oh, yeah, sure. So the channel's name is Kevin the Software Tester. Just the channel is about just giving you tips to use your iOS device. There's also some tech commentary as well. Um, I should buy an Android and start making Android content, but the thing with Android is you never know which one to buy because they're all so different. So I may just find like an old Galaxy phone. Um, that's the channel in a nutshell. So I don't know if I'm going to do
Oh,
any live streaming of Final Fantasy, but it's something I got
great,
to talk to my coach about.
great way to go into that because I'm gonna say I don't have the funds to buy that game for 2 weeks. As much as I want to stream it this Sunday, we're just gonna go straight to the Tekken and keep it on Tekken for the next 2 weeks. It's just me trying to rank up to at least a red rank.
Okay.
I want to get it. I
Mhm.
didn't see the first 2 hours. I didn't play the demo yet. I might do the demo actually this Sunday. We'll see.
Mhm.
Um, but I seen some gameplay. I heard some things. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody that don't want to be spoiled, especially
Thank you.
Kev. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into a spoiler. I will say, far as like the appeal, it looks really nice.
Mhm.
Looks fluid.
Mhm.
Um, Strong start. Even though I didn't watch like the first 2 hours of it,
Mhm.
and I watched like the third hour in of the YouTuber the Rad Brad play it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is a strong start. It's a good lean in off of what the first one.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much is all I can say about it.
Mhm.
Um, I fucking want to say
Yeah.
something else too, but yeah, no, I
Yeah.
won't be able to play it because my funds are tight right now. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just need a good 50, that'd be fine. But it's all good though. I'll wait. No pressure on me.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten that far. Maybe I'm on 4 hours, but most of it is
Oh,
just me running around.
you played already. You've been playing already.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing. Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
let's talk about it then for a second because we're gonna be a
I
bunch of nerds anyway.
well,
Uh,
I can't really tell. All right, fine. Fine, let's do it.
Because I only seen up to that third hour of the game. I didn't watch anything past that, or
Mhm.
I'm like for the first because I can't speak on the first 2 hours, and I'm not caring if I get spoiled. I mean, the game's already been out prior on PlayStation One, so technically speaking, one already knows what's going to happen. So if anybody's listening to this and doesn't want to be spoiled by this piece of content, I would probably say skip about 10 to 20 minutes ahead. You should be good. Just disclaimer.
Just put some timestamps in the description.
My lazy ass needs to get over that, so I can. Because I ain't do it for the first episode. I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to do it for the first episode. So I was like, you know what? I just wanted to post it, get out the way. Say we did episode 1, and just keep it pushing. At some point, I'll get a lot more on it when it comes to what needs to be done. But yeah. So now I'm like, let me just get up. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, like I mentioned before, it seems hella fluid, hella dope. It also seems confusing from glance when you're not in the game. I'm like, wait a minute. So you gotta go here to get this, but then you have armor. You're not armor. You can change obviously weapon with a menu, but I guess as far as you can put like customization on each character, and then you can do customization of chocobos individually.
Yeah, so I just got the chocobo like an hour ago, and from what I see, it's mostly cosmetic. I know there's different colors that do different things, but I got the yellow one, so that's like the first one you'll get. It's when I played the demo, I was confused, to be honest. I didn't know what's the difference between like a synergy ability and I think it's called a synergy skill or synergy attack. I forgot the terminology, but one you can do often, and then the other one's kind of like your limit break, but you're doing it with like your partner. And apparently when you do the synergy attack, the bigger of the two, the first time you do it with one of the other party members, you grow like closer with them. And that is supposed to affect the story somehow. So there's probably going to be like a scene, you know, I don't want to spoil the original game.
Go ahead. We'll put a disclaimer out there, fine.
All right. So in the original game, depending on your choices, you can go on a date with Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie, or Barrett. Right. With Rebirth, I think they're going to do something similar. So, like when you're doing side quests, sometimes you'll have like one of your party members like follow you throughout the side quest, and then you'll get closer to that person. So, I think the more you get closer to one person, like that's going to affect like the date scene later in the game, assuming that they're going to keep it, which I can't see why they wouldn't keep it.
I was gonna say I heard from Game Rex, the YouTube channel, when I was like, "Don't before you buy." That I guess this game is. I'm not saying less story based, but leans a lot more heavy in the comedy section. Leans a lot more heavy in the side quest. In comparison to the first game. So if one is expecting a lot of story to be unfold, story is here, but it's not going to be equivalent as the first part one. Like you'll get a lot more joke, humor, and the story will like kind of be like some semi slow.
Yeah,
like going all the way up to the end game. That's what I heard. I don't know how much of it is true. I haven't played it myself, so I can't say for sure. But I'm looking forward to it because in my head I'm like, well, if there's a bunch of side quests, kind of in there at this point.
I still don't understand that card game, man. There was a side quest where you have to battle this person for like this card, and I lost to that person maybe 7 times before like I like luckily
Got a
beat
hang of
him.
it.
And yeah, the card game is fun. I just I just gotta read the tutorial again. but but yeah, there is a lot of side quests. I don't know if I'm gonna do all of the side quests because in part one you're kind of confined, right? In part one, so like
Mm-hmm.
there's some side quests you have to do in order to like get like a better dress. But with this one, it doesn't seem like the side quests matter as much in terms of the story. But I'm still like early, and I think with the amount of side quests that are available, you're probably gonna spend like 100 hours easily.
Listen, I think that's the one thing about video games in
Mhm,
general is not like legit money, but like
mhm,
in game money.
mhm.
It's like, dog, like, why y'all make it so difficult for me to buy the thing I want to buy in the beginning of the game? And I wait towards the end to fucking get it. Even then, I'm already damn near beat the game. Like, just give me 500 G's and we call it a day. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy.
Mhm,
Uh, I would say Kingdom Hearts, but another game I've been playing. Like those type of games, those like story based
mhm.
single player games. Like, I don't
Yeah.
need you to give me like 10 gil,
Mhm.
and the shit costs me 3,000. Like, no. Like, start me off like good, and then like maybe take it
Mhm.
away like mid game as like a fake punishment. And, like, yeah,
The bright
just,
side about
just
it,
give me something different.
you know,
Grinding.
the bright no, it's not that. It's that it actually teaches you like to budget, like when you really think about it, right? You start off with
Oh,
like
yeah, that's
what
cool.
you start off with like 2,000 gil, 2,000 Poke dollars. Like you you can't buy like everything the store has to offer, so you have to prioritize what you want to purchase. So no, I think that helps. If you're young, I don't even know why you would be listening to this like in grade school, but um, yeah, I mean, video games teach you how to budget. I don't think anyone's mentioned that before.
I mean, no, I for that concept, I definitely completely agree. I remember reading the article. I remember mind fucking myself. So I definitely agree. Yes, it teach you how to budget. However, I'm tired of every game like this. Like, it ain't gotta be every goddamn game. Like, make me feel like I start off with like a good set of money. Like, come
Yeah,
on, huh? They ain't even gotta like put like the best items up front in the store. I ain't even asking for that. I'm just saying, give me some good money. If I feel like splurging
yeah,
on all that money, then that's all me. And now something good pops up, and I'm like, damn, I should have saved. Now I
you know
gotta
what's
grind
gonna
harder just
happen?
to get that shit back.
You
What's
know
gonna
what's
happen?
gonna happen if they do that? Like the crappiest stuff is gonna be like so expensive. Like your your potions are probably gonna be like 100 grand. It's gonna be something ridiculous like that.
I can see it. Yeah, I think I might green drinks. Two at least. Actually, no, I forgot. I'll put green tea shots as well. But no, I'm looking forward to playing. I hope you're having a great time playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Um, what do you think is going to be your next game after Rebirth coming out this year?
Um, it might be Rise of the Ronin, but I'm gonna wait for reviews on that one because I'm iffy on it. But I am going to get Stellar Blade when it comes out because that game looks tough. And that
I can get
should
that.
last me until the Elden Ring DLC.
I'm scared to play that game, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm scared,
You know what?
and I'm scared. Go ahead.
I still haven't beaten it.
Oh. Uh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
Nikki Lewinsky won't be free. But I hope she get a good laugh from this podcast when we call her Nikki Lewinsky. But yeah, no. I mean, honestly, you most likely should beat it before the summer, which I'm sure you will. But
I
good luck.
yeah, I gotta put in the time, and I just don't have the time, to be honest, for to beat
Well,
Elden Ring.
you say that now, and if the DLC gonna pop around the corner, you're gonna be like, I
Well,
should.
the thing with the DLC is you have to beat. There's a boss named Mog. You have to beat him
I,
apparently in order
yeah, I
to
beat the game
access
already.
it.
You
Oh,
don't
oh,
want
you
late.
did? Oh,
I
oh.
beat the game. You the one late. Yeah. So, like, you telling me? I'm like, I beat the game already. I gotta worry about the DLC.
Well,
That's why I'm like, good
well,
luck, because stress.
well, I already beat the boss that's required to access the DLC area, so I'm still good.
I'm so good, sir. You beat the game. You beat the game.
Oh man, I freaking Radagon, man. I I think I'm gonna need like several months before I can like actually beat him, and the Elden Beast too.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking after what game's coming out after Final Fantasy Rebirth.
So
I'm thinking
there's
about getting.
Rise. Yeah, there's Rise of the Ronin that's coming out later this month, and
I'm
then there's
skipping that.
Stellar Blade next month.
I might skip that as well because I think my that's what it was. Yeah, so it was supposed to be Rebirth all the way until Elden Ring. That's funny. It was supposed to be Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth all the way because obviously the way I do my stream is every week, once a week versus
Mhm.
here and there and then throwing them up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and from there, since Elden Ring won't drop until late June, get
Mhm.
that. I down to beat the DLC within a month, but I'm gonna try my best and get Black Myth. Yeah,
Wukong.
Black Wand.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Wukong.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So I was like, that was my game plan. But the way it's looking right now, and especially with Elden Ring, I'm just like, see, my fear is Elden Ring almost made me rage quit multiple times. This time around, I can feel me not rage quitting, but maybe breaking my controller. Maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to go through that stress, but I do. So I'm torn because like I want to play, but I'm like, if I do play it, especially with the way they made that boss scene that's supposed to be Melina's brother, I
Yeah.
might break my controller. just
Yeah.
a good strong mic.
I have a backup controller just in case.
See, I
Oh
would
man.
say that, but then my best friend would get mad at me because she knows I broke my controller for that game, and the fact she want me to use it, she's gonna be like, "Why would you really gonna take the controller and you gonna break that one too? Watch." And I'm gonna sit here like, "Listen, I gotta beat this thing. I got to. If I gotta pay another 70 for controller, I figured it out."
Yeah.
uh,
I heard there's only 10 bosses though, and
I mean, it's just
only
something to get back into the mix.
yeah,
Though.
yeah, and it's like $40. So it sounds like there's a lot of content though, which is good.
Well, I'm more so talking about 70 for the controller. I don't know about the.
Oh,
That's the
oh
game.
no,
That's whatever.
yeah, the
Yeah.
DLC is like 40. So
Yeah.
there has to be
And
like a ton of content.
depending too where you get it from, because I've seen some already on sale. If it's like for PC DLC, they're selling it for like 38 or like $36, depending on where you go. I'm sure the price is gonna
Oh,
fluctuate based on what site you attend to as well and for what console. But yeah,
mhm.
no. You're definitely right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna order it straight from PlayStation. That's what I'm just gonna do.
Yeah. PlayStation gang. Xbox suck,
Yeah.
and PC is not even a race.
Wow. You know,
Yeah, I went there. I don't care. I don't even care. Let's talk, we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
hey,
We can talk about how PC not a race.
I'm a Mac user, so I can't say anything about PCs.
PC. I'm gonna offend a lot of people right now. It's fine though,
What?
cause I'm here for it. I'm here for it. PC is a non-binary console.
What?
Y'all damn near transgenders of the game consoles. Y'all damn near. Y'all can flip flop if y'all want to. Oh yeah, I can play
You,
Xbox games. Oh no, I can play PlayStation games. Ah, yeah, okay, I can have both of those worlds. Or I can slip my controller in the PC instead of use the keyboard. Oh, I can, like y'all, come on, come on. Let's be for real. Y'all not even a race.
oh my
Y'all
god!
just y'all just there.
Leave.
You know,
Give them all the hate in the comments, PC guys. Just give them all the hate.
yeah, I can't wait for that. People like, why was he talking all that smack? But I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'll wait.
Yeah.
So you
You
heard
know
that
the last.
Xbox talking about shutting down,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Which is
and them damn
surprising
near
too,
ordered
but
Microsoft. I mean, I'm not surprised. Get the hell out. I'm kidding. Let me stop. I was on a whole tangent.
yeah, Sega could probably come back, but
You said
it's not
Sega?
like they have like Sega. Like they had the
Oh,
Dreamcast back in like 2001,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they probably could come back, but I don't think they have the the backlog of games to really sell a console. Like no one's buying Sonic games, right?
I'm not gonna say that's true or not because the way the way I've been seeing some of the ads and some community of people, they're excited for some of the Sonic games. They're actually wanting Shadow the Hedgehog remastered based on what I've been hearing. They want it remastered, but I don't know if they're gonna get it. They were talking Shadow the Hedgehog with the gun and a motorcycle, not just him running
Wait,
around like he's a normal person.
wait, he has a motorcycle?
So there's a game which called Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know if it had an extra title to it, but
Mm-hmm.
I never played it because during that time frame, I was a kid that wasn't allowed to play games with guns in it. So,
Oh my. Oh.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But
Oh, this.
Shadow the Hedgehog actually had guns that he could shoot and he could ride a motorcycle on. So one of the most popular Sonic games during the time. They want a remaster. And people have been asking for low key, not like legitimate, but low key asking for a remaster. I just want my Metro Prime 4. That's what I really want. All these
Ooh.
other games coming out, I'm sitting there like, all right, man, they've been hinting at the title of Metro Prime 4 for like years now. And 2 years ago, they hinted at it again. And no word of it. Nothing about development, nothing about what year, no gameplay. I'm just like, are you serious? We're just going to keep throwing the title out like, oh yeah, we're still considering it. Like, if you're not going to do nothing with it for the last several years, stop mentioning the goddamn game. That's it. Let it go. But
They're
no,
probably sa- they're probably saving that for like the Switch too, right? Because that's supposed to
they
come out
they
like this
they
year or next
announced
year.
Metro Prime 4 since Wii U. That's how
Yeah,
long ago they have announced it. That was before the Switch. So I'm not saying they wouldn't
yeah,
save it for Switch 2, but I'm just like, stop announcing it if you're not gonna do anything with it.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It has
That's
like the
crazy.
same. Yeah, it has like the same like development like history like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final
I'll
Fantasy
say that.
15 where they
Let's
announced it like
leave
10
Kingdom
years
Hearts.
ago.
Let's leave Kingdom Hearts alone because right now I'm on my edge of my seat because all these like small talks are like, well, since they're done with Final Fantasy and they release a Final Fantasy, we can get Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, all right, I don't want my heart jumping again until you can tell me there's an actual trailer being announced. I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna sit back.
I think I'm gonna skip Kingdom Hearts 4 to be honest.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of 3 to be honest.
Okay. Well, I can't vouch for free. I can't vouch for three, but the series is a good series. I don't know how you're gonna skip four like that. You can't just skip four and be like, yeah,
I
I'll
skip.
pass.
You know how
Uh,
many
I
Kingdom
mean,
Hearts games I skipped?
okay,
The only
that's
ones I've
different. I'm
played
just
are
talking about
the.
exactly,
I've only played the
exactly.
number ones.
Skip those. If you would have said you plan on skipping the mobile game, I would have signed up with you on that. I was like, yeah, fuck that too. Or if the DS days, yeah, fuck that too. But you talking about the main game console? Nah, I don't think they want me to do that right there. They made this game especially for me. That's what I heard them say. May your heart be your guiding key, and I got a heart.
Yeah,
I'm a mess. I know.
to me, it peaked in 2, right?
I definitely did.
And
You're
then
right.
and then 3 was it just had it was in development so long, and then by the time it came out, it kind of lost everything. What made Kingdom Hearts so like it didn't have all the Final Fantasy characters for some reason. I don't know what I don't know why. It's the same company, but and then it was just and I think the biggest issue with this is the story, and part of it is my fault for skipping like the majority of the game. But at some point, like when I was playing 3, I was just like, I don't understand what is going on anymore. Like, why am I still playing this?
I'm weak. I do not blame you. I do not blame you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do not blame you. I felt the same way I was playing three. I was like, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just like more invested into certain characters than those
Mhm.
characters popped up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, four might make it better. We'll
Mhm.
see.
Yeah,
And then that's the
I had to get
DLC.
like
I'm
the.
like,
Yeah, I didn't buy the DLC for that. Like after I finished, I just said, screw it.
yeah, me neither.
But apparently the DLC fixes some things with the story. But
Mm-hmm. I watched the gameplay. I wasn't buying it.
yeah,
Oh,
like the only other time I felt like a game that a game I played wasted my time was
mm-hmm.
was 4 years ago when I finished The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm.
Like, like after I finished that game, I was just so depressed. I, I was just like, what the hell did I just play? Like, I just feel horrible.
No, I ain't
And
go. What's his name died. I was like, oh, that's it.
no, I actually somehow I avoided that spoiler. I avoided that leak. I don't know how I did it, but I avoided that. So when it happened, I was just like, wow, like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I bet you one of them people one of them people like, oh yeah, Jill gonna come back later on in the game, right? Right?
Right?
Right? He's gonna kill him off like that, right?
Yeah.
Nah, that boy gone. That boy gone. And what made it worse is trying to make Abby look like the better person towards the end. Hell no.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
That
But
shit ain't work.
I do admit Abby had the better levels. Her levels were a lot better than Ellie's. And, there's no way. I don't even know how they're gonna do part 3. Like, what's going to be a story for part 3? You know, like, is Ellie still gonna try to kill Abby, even though she let her go?
That's what she can tell you. I don't know the answer.
Yeah. Now, all I gotta say is, when season 2 of The Last of Us comes out, I don't if if it,
Live action, right?
yeah, I don't think anyone. I think the majority of people who watch that show probably never played the game. So they're probably going to be in for a big shock when they kill off Joe.
Yeah, I'm looking for everybody's faces because what I want to hear is live action. Oh, they got rid of Jill and feel the same action that we felt during the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play the game, but I watched somebody stream the entire game, so I'm like, I'm technically speaking invested. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I understand that. I'm glad I didn't play because I would have felt away. Sure, not saying I didn't feel away like it generally, but the way how you felt it, I'm glad I didn't feel that way. I was like, damn, he got rid of that. He got, jeez. I'm like, I don't know if this game gonna be that good now because he just got rid of the guy that's technically speaking like a secondary main character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, all right, and they tried. I was like, oh, no, whatever you trying ain't working. I'm sure they can fix it though, but just not the way that they did it for the part 2.
Yeah. I don't see a way they can make part 3 really good. Unless they kill off Abby in like the first hour. But,
you know, people gonna be cheering that scene faster than they cheer for Goku going all serious. They're like, yes, this bitch is gone. Okay, I'm trying right now. I'm currently trying Green Hawaiian.
okay, I've never heard of
As
that.
you speak, it's coconut rum vodka. I'm talking about this like y'all with me on the thing. Coconut rum vodka, pineapple juice, and blue Sinatra. Can't pronounce that.
I know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
can't.
that's all I need. As long as you know. That's all I needed. As long as you know.
I was gonna say Ciroc, but it's not. It's not Ciroc.
It's not. It's not right.
Oh man.
But
yeah, I'm trying to think of the name. You know, I've heard it on Bar Rescue, but I can't remember how it's pronounced.
Oh yeah. So let me hold on. Give me a second. Get myself back together because I don't want to. We've been here for 43 minutes. We can do like another 15 about some. I mean, I still got to talk to you about my story that happened too. And since Nikki Lewinsky won't be joining us, we can go right into it.
Yeah, we'll catch her up.
Pretty much. So, for those listening, this is somebody that I've known for a while now. We haven't talked since 2019-20 for reference. It's obviously 2024 when this is being dropped and we had this conversation. But last night, she was at the venue that I was working at. We talked for a bit, very bit. She was like, "Is there an issue between me and you?" I was like, "Nah, I thought there was an issue that you had with me, which is why I never talked to you." And I'm, bring all this up to say, she was like, "Well, I thought you had an issue with me." I was like, "Nah, I just stayed away from you every time I see you somewhere because I felt like you gave a vibe you didn't want, me be around." So then she was like, well, she thinks it might have been because of a movie. I was like, what movie are you
Okay.
talking about? Like, what? And she was referring to the Cuties movie. Now,
Oh,
for anybody that doesn't remember what the Cuties movies is, or
oh
hasn't
boy.
heard of it, or hasn't seen it, yeah. It's about a bunch of kids that, ideally are sexualizing themselves to appeal to a older crowd that they cater to. I'm not gonna say adults because most of those older people than they are. So it could be high schoolers, middle schoolers, or adults. Um, and obviously we all know the controversial, discussion that was behind that about like, this is a bad movie. Like nobody should be watching this, and we shouldn't have kids in said space and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I don't recall what me and her actually discussed about that particular venture of the night. However, if it is what I think it is, and y'all can kill me in the conversation y'all want to, I don't care. I'm gonna say it like it is because no, uh, I thought it was a really good movie, and not for the sense of what people talked about it for, as far as the cover,
Mhm.
but I liked it from the aspect of, oh, this actually goes on in real life.
Mm.
We just don't like most of us don't really see it because we may not be on that side of the culture.
Mhm.
Some of us may not see it because we may not be from that state or from that neighborhood. But I'm like, I can see this being a possibility where yes, girls are dressing a certain way because they want a certain type of attention that they can only get if they dress a certain type of way, and that's influenced by what's being brought on social media. So I was like,
Mhm.
I felt the movie was a good movie in that depiction of it.
Mhm.
Now, do I sit here and say they should be in that type of clothes? Hell no. Should they be catering towards those people? Hell no. But for what the movie showcased, yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, I like the fact that there was a controversial about it because it should be talked about. Um, but yeah, outside of that, I'm just like, I don't know. And then for her case too, she also had a child. So from my perspective, I was like, okay,
Mm.
I understand why you're frustrated and upset. At the same time, well, really trying to get at in my head, I didn't tell her yet because I do plan on talking to her about it because that was the last time I'm going to see her. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to care about your emotions. I still stand by whatever I stand by, assumingly that's what I stand by.
Mhm.
But if not, then yeah, no. This is how I feel. It's not like I'm sitting there going, yeah, I like the movie because they're underage and they look good. No, hell no, that's crazy. Whoever person thinks that way either needs to be watched carefully or already locked up.
Yeah.
Um, that's just the some summarized version of that.
Mm.
But no, I'm about to finish off these, not finish off the drink, but finish off making this drink. Take a picture of it too. It's kind of nice.
Mm. Yeah. Hmm. So it was over the movie Cuties. Hmm.
Yeah, the movie was Cuties. And it was about a couple girls that dressed
Mhm.
as if they were going to a strip club, and they were like 12, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
was like,
I've heard about that. Yeah. Are you
I,
sure
well,
that is the reason?
that's what she told me. So I'm like, well, if it's off
Okay.
of that, then gee, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Because I remember during that time frame, people didn't watch the movie. All they seen was the poster and said, this is ridiculous.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, let me not be that person to, judge this off the cover. Let me actually go watch it. And I watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it. I just saw the poster, but I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Which reason for that? I don't blame people that, do that. But at the same time, it's like you're making a huge judgment before watching a movie.
Mhm.
If you don't want to judge it off the strength of like, I don't want to watch it because it's kids, cool. But for you to say like this movie should never exist, I'm like, you don't even know the context of the movie to say anything. Like that's wild.
Yeah.
That's all I would say about that. But yeah, as far as I seen from the movie, and actually going in with just a mindset, just seeing what this is going to be about. I thought this is cool. Just from that idea, not cool in the sense of yes, make part two. Hell no. Cool from the idea of yo, yeah, this actually happens, and we should actually talk about these things because this is not cool to be happening at all. Because the premise of that movie, not directly that movie, but just movies like that in general, they would never exist if something like that wasn't already happening. Like that, and pretty much that goes for a lot of movies. Like unless it already kind of is happening, we don't really derive inspiration or whatever creativity to make said movie if that never existed. That's the way I look at it. Because
do you think the controversy for that movie would be different if it was like a documentary instead of like your average movie?
It wouldn't get talked about the way it was if it was a documentary. Not to say that the documentary wouldn't be a good idea. I think that nature is just it wouldn't be talked about the way it was during that time if it was a documentary. Because when's the last time we talked about a documentary canon for how to cure cancer? You know about to talk about a documentary. Like if they do, it's a small, obviously, so it's a small group of people. So this one kind of hit the home run. It's just not the way they intended to, because I'm sure they wanted it to be like, oh, watch it and actually have a discussion, not have a discussion without watching it. I would assume that's their plan based on just watching the movie in its own entirety. Because there's even a part where the mom, not to call her a hoe or anything of that nature, but she's ideally like very submissive to a man that's abusing her. And the daughter witnesses that. So like I can see, that's why I keep saying like I can see why the daughter acts the way she was acting throughout the movie, because like, and you're growing up in a household where your mother's getting beaten by your stepdad that's also fucking somebody else. And she's aware of all of
it. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. That's just a portion of the movie, minus the fact of like, her actual experiences. Like there's times where she's like showing skin in front of let's say she was 13. She would show skin around a group of boys that's 15 years old to try to seduce them. But the problem is the boys don't understand that world. So they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then now it becomes an issue because now she feels highly insecure because that's the way to get a man. It's like, yo, like, you don't. That's why I'm just looking at the movie. I'm like, dog, like, things that do happen. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, nonetheless, I don't want to like dive into it, but I thought that would be a good thing to have. Per se, discussion with Nicole, and it's obviously for someone that's a mother and actually has kids. No one else is listening to that has kids of their own. It's like, yo, like, I understand. I'm not saying watch the movie. I'm still not going to say watch the movie. I'm just saying that if you ever thought about the movie and you got a harsh judgment on the movie based on my experience on watching the movie, or one of the few people that actually watch the movie is not as what y'all think it may seem when you go beyond the surface. It's actually a lot more controversial than that. So, yeah, that was my what you call it.
So are you guys gonna like start being friends again? Or what? Because it's been 4 years.
I don't even really personally care. Me personally, because I'm like, okay, well, she has a girlfriend, and obviously you have a kid. So I'm sitting there like, I don't care much interest to be your friend. what I would say is I had a lot of people tell me, not a lot of people. Let me backtrack. I had a couple people, I guess, assume because me working here that like I have a high position, and I'm sitting there going, "Listen, I'm just working here. If you haven't seen me a lot often and you don't want to talk to me, I have no problem just being quiet and keeping pushing."
Yeah.
Clearly, I've done it multiple times with this person before. So I'm like, yo, like this time, she decided to come up to me. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
All right, let me
I
try
have
this
a
green
feeling.
drink out.
I have a feeling this is not going to be the last time you see her. She's probably going to show up like at your next shift. So that's going to be really interesting.
Well, we are at a 55-minute mark, almost hitting the hour. I guess what else can I discuss with you that I had on the list? Where is my list? Whee!
Oh my god!
Any animes that you're looking forward to or are currently watching?
You know, I've seen some videos about solo leveling. I gotta give that a
Mm,
try, but um, I think Demon
my
Slayer comes out like soon, either this month or next month. So, so I'm looking forward to Demon Slayer. I've enjoyed like every season so far.
well, I won't speak on Demon Slayer and Solo Leveling. Um, just in case, because I know you're looking forward to both of them. Solo Leveling, as far as I'm aware, I think it's gonna be a one-off season.
Okay.
I think, as far as I heard. So if you're looking forward to season two, most likely not gonna get it. I think it's gonna be a
All
one and
right.
done. Like
I
once
think I'm
season's
gonna
over,
skip that.
everything's done. No, okay, well, it's so far because I watched all episodes. I think you're on episode, yeah, we're about to be episode 8 this week. It's really good. Like I'm waiting because I've been seeing like small snippets from the manga that people have been posting about. Oh, you better get this ability, you're supposed to get that. So like, okay, I'm excited for these things and like the showcasing. I like it. Like this is I'm actually I will say I'm glad it's not a long series or like a 3-season series because I feel like they would have dragged out a lot of stuff and I would have been upset about it.
Mhm.
I feel like this is a really good area that they're covering and they don't need to go beyond this if they only go
All
for
right.
one season. And the one season could be like, I'm not sure how many episodes, it might do 12 or 24, but even if they stick in that range, I'm like, to me, this would be a really great anime just because of that. If it goes beyond it, it's gonna lose my interest because it's gonna drag out the story. Um, Fight scenes, awesome. It's not like it's not like Attack on Titans fight scenes or Demon Slayer fight scenes, but it's in that ballpark, I would say.
Okay.
Um, now, as far as Demon Slayer,
Mhm.
I'm not. I want to say this correctly because I don't want to say it wrong. I am looking for. I am looking forward to this season, but
Mhm.
nothing about the season I'm actually looking forward to.
Mhm.
So, by that meaning, is that because I'm aware of what the season contains, nothing about
It's
this
gonna be
season
like,
excites me.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
gonna
like,
feel
okay,
like filler.
yeah. Now the next season,
Yeah.
if they
Oh
don't do
yeah.
it the way that I heard about it doing it, that's gonna be epic, and I'm gonna be edging my seat for that. This one, I'm like, this is like the calm before the storm. So I'm just like, all right, let me. Everybody's like, oh, Demon Slayer movie and the introduction to the season. I'm like, oh, I read the manga and I've read it all the way to the end, so I know what's about to happen. So I was in the back of my head like, yo, if y'all think anything's gonna pop up this season, it's not gonna happen. All that hype, all that thing that you're about to feel for that season follows up after this in that season.
Yeah.
So until
I
then,
didn't finish. Yeah, I didn't finish the manga, but I I'm on the part after the training arc. So
Okay,
and that's gonna be crazy,
there you
man.
go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo. Now my thing is too. They're thinking about making it in three, divided into three movies before the actual ending.
wow.
And that's what I heard from as a rumor wise. And I'm just like, I don't
Mhm.
want them to do that. Like, it'll still be dope. I know it will be. And knowing them, they're going to turn the movie into episodes later on. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want y'all to do that. I honestly, personally, don't want y'all to do that.
Mm.
But we'll see what happens, though. Hopefully, it's not like. Cause I mean, my thing is like Demon Slayer is the greatest anime of all time. I'm going to throw that into the pot. After read the
Okay.
manga, once this wraps up, it's in the pot, dog. It's like greatest anime of all time. And anybody can debate me on it because I still have yet to be proven any otherwise that they can't find me an anime with an actual ending that is no cliffhanger, no potential season 2 on the way, none of that. Until you find me an anime like that, or that has a quote unquote not say spin off, but like how Dragon Ball Z kind of has it, where it's like, oh, it's Dragon Ball Z, but it's Dragon Ball Z Super.
Yep.
If you have something like that too, I can't count it. It would be kind of all as one. So I'm like, yeah, no, Demon Slayer. Once it wraps up, I'm pre throwing that out there right now. Is the greatest anime of all time.
All
Once it
right.
wraps up,
I mean, they do a lot of good work with the animation. I don't know
that's a
if I'm.
personal take. Anime
I don't
is
know
can
if
fight me
I.
on it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it the greatest of all time, but
It's better than Attack on Titans. Try to call that shit a masterpiece. I'm like, fuck out of here. That niggas had you wait they had you wait 2 years for a 2-part finale, and then an additional couple months for the third part. I'm like, y'all wild. Y'all wild.
yeah,
Y'all
that
wild.
that was cheap. They shouldn't have done that, man. That was cheap. I even
And
have
on top
something
of
called the final season, part one,
it,
part two, and then the final chapters. I was like, come on, man.
yeah, they bugged out. And then the other part too is minus. I'm not gonna consider the final part right now. This is for a second. Get rid of the final part for second sight. The only good fight scene that took place was Levi's.
Oh yeah,
You can't name me
Levi.
another fight scene that was remotely good at Levi's. Because as far as I can tell, every other fight scene was a street brawl. It wasn't even a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Levi in the Beast Titan, right?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's the only fight scene you can give me. And the story is trash. And people can fight me on that too. Because I've seen season 1. The fact that I can skip season 2 and season 3 and watch season 4 and understand everything that happened between season 2 and season 3, dogs. I skipped season 2 and 3 and I still understood what happened. Story's trash.
Oh wow. All right. I mean,
I get my personal opinion. Honestly, I only say these things to get people roused up anyway. I know that some people feel ways. I'm just like, I like it because this is how I actually feel about the show. Like, yeah, it's trash. You gotta fight me on it. Fight me for something different. 'Cause let me talk about Gear 5 real fast. 'Cause I know
I
I'll get One Piece. I'll get One Piece fans upset for that one. I will get them
I've
upset.
I've never watched One Piece. So I don't have any intentions of starting.
One Piece is not bad, but I was looking forward to Gear 5. I'm not gonna lie to you. I skipped all 1,000 episodes, so I Gear 5. For
Did
that to
you
be
what? Did you read the manga?
no,
Yeah.
I just know of a couple episodes of a One Piece from the past,
Mhm.
and it was an announcement that Gear 5 was gonna show up. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna skip the entire couple thousand episodes and go watch Gear 5. Waste of my time.
Oh wow.
Waste of my time. Now the introduction was cool. I was like, all right, I want to see what you about to do in Gear 5. And that was just a disappointment. I was like, all right, man. I thought this was gonna be something. This ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
I don't. Kudos to whom's invested into Gear 5 and One Piece. I give you that. That's a journey. I'm not gonna take that away from you. However, Gear 5 is not. It's not as what it could have been. It's supposed to be Ultra Instinct all over again, but that was not even to that level.
Well, yeah, but it's probably what, like another form or something? I don't know. Is there?
No, it's a final form.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, that's it. This is the thing. You're going like, oh well, this is gonna be peak form. Let's go figure out because apparently the manga's on its way and indefinitely, as far as I heard.
okay.
So I'm like, we're on the cusp of One Piece is being over in like maybe 500 more episodes. But yeah, no, like just sitting here like, all right, that's cool, I
So,
guess.
so about One Piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is are all 1,000 or so episodes based on the manga, or is there like certain arcs that are just anime only?
As I was told, you can read the manga and get caught up into what the anime was putting out.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I mean, if that's the case. Which, again, I was gonna do that, but it's like at the same time, when I was introduced to that aspect, I wasn't a manga reader. Now I'm kind of a manga reader, kind of. I read Boruto. Oh, speaking of Boruto, oh my fucking god! If the news that I heard was true about Boruto, I'm not calling Boruto trash. I'm not gonna do that because that'd be fucked up on what is currently happening. At the same time, I don't think I can get back into Boruto if it's true.
Go ahead. I haven't seen it, so I don't care. I don't care about being spoiled.
Well, it's not really a spoiler per se, but
Mhm.
so where Boruto is at right now is a time skip. They went into the not went into the future, but they went ahead of where he's at, where he was a kid. Now he's a bit more of a teen slash adult.
Okay.
Story kicks off. We all know he's supposed to fight his quote unquote brother. He's not his actual brother in law, but quote unquote brother.
Mhm.
Um, we haven't gotten to that part yet. We're getting to the part where he's fighting his comrade in Sage Mode, and there's a rumor that the manga is going to be halted for the next 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
I'm like, dogs, you're not going to sit here and tell me that you're going to stop the manga for several years and then come back to it later. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like, it's actually like the manga's good. Like where it's at right now, like okay, we learned some new tricks. He learned his grandfather ability. And for
Mhm.
those that I spoiled that part, but yeah, he learned his It's not the best version of his grandfather's, but he learned his ability. The transportation jutsu. I forgot what how Minato called it, but yeah, he learned that.
So, what reason do you think that they'll pause the manga? Is it like creative differences, or like the creators just burnt out? Like,
I think it's a
why do
creative
you?
being burnt.
Mhm.
Honestly, and that's another thing I thought about too when it comes to not just manga but like anime. Because in
Mhm.
my head, I'm like, there's times they'd be like, oh, the animation team was burnt out from like making um episodes every week. And I'm like, don't you
Yeah,
guys already pre have these done?
yeah.
Am I not wrong? I'm thinking.
they typically put in like a lot of like overtime hours. It's to the point where it's like just as bad as like video games where people experience crunch. So
Yeah,
it's probably
but
worse. And I think there's a law in Japan that was made to combat this. But yeah, this is pretty it's pretty normal, unfortunately.
no, I agree with you. I just my thing is like so. Well, I'm gonna ask you because I don't know if you know because I don't know,
Mhm.
and obviously I can do a cool Google search, but I'm choosing not to. When they do animation, is it the same week that they air it, or isn't there like um
Wait,
pre-made?
um, I don't think it's pre-made. I think I think you need to think about it in a structure that's similar to like a movie where, in movies they film for like a couple of months and then
Yeah,
then it goes into like post-production. So with anime, it's probably something similar where they take the they take the images from the manga and they do whatever animation that they need to do. They do um, the voiceover work, and then they do the animation, or it might be the other way around. I think it varies on studio, but um, animation does take a lot of time to develop. So there's no way they can do it in the same week that the episode is set to air. They need to like have it done like months, if not years in advance.
that's what I would think because there's times they're
Mhm.
like they would have announced like anime is on hold until next week because the animators are burnt out. I'm just
Mhm.
like y'all put this out the same week? That makes no sense. I'd assume y'all would have done this like months in advance and then done the promotion after.
Yeah, they usually have it all planned out. It's just that I think it's just the frequency of the work and just like the type of work too, because you're taking like all of these still images and then you have to make something that's suitable for like a screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like um overhead too, just like red tape everywhere. You got people trying to stay under budget, but they're under a deadline to get this out by X date. I'm pretty sure that is happening on some front.
I can see that. Um, well, I mean, we hit our hour. That's
Yeah.
what out there too. Um, I got halfway through this drink, and yeah, whomever orders this drink for St. Patrick's Parade is going to have a good time. Uh,
Okay.
so then back in my head, I'm like, I'm not like I feel a buzz. I'm like, I'm only halfway in the drink. That's crazy. Because I'm drinking through a straw. I don't know yet. But no, this is a good pod, honestly. Good tech
Yeah.
pod, good anime pod, good geek
Mhm.
squad pod.
Yeah.
uh, appreciate you hopping in and helping out as always. Um,
Yeah.
before I
Yeah.
sign
Well.
off, I want to make a story.
Mhm. Oh boy.
I gotta figure it out. So Walter at the altar,
Mhm.
currently at the strip club, uh, spending his money that he made from the altar. Hard day's work. Gotta throw it back on them. Nicole, aka Nikki Lewinsky, aka Female Wheezy. Speaking of Wheezy, apparently he left a Lakers game because he got cussed out from the people.
Mm.
And apparently it's a legend, so they don't know how true that is, but yeah. She had to take care of the kids.
Mhm.
She had to take care of the orphans, the fugitives. Lost fans. She had a lot going on this plate for not showing up for the podcast. So respect to her. Hopefully she comes through next pod. So does Walter, and
Yep.
I appreciate Kevito from Rico pulling up. I'll let him get back to the sun, the sunbathe. Maybe he might make solar panels for everybody here that's tuning in. Maybe we don't know yet, but
Maybe
we'll see
we'll
what the future
see.
holds.
I gotta talk to Elon about that.
Elon, I'm working not working Tesla, but I'm eyeing myself getting a Tesla, not an old model, but hopefully a new model within the next couple of years.
Don't do it.
What? Really?
Don't
Oh,
do
you
it.
say so? Why you say so?
You live in an area
I'm moving.
that's really okay.
I'm moving
Okay.
down south. So
Okay, you move it.
I understand what you're about to say, but yeah, I'm moving down south. What's up? You put a whole title. Yeah, I'm from New York. So, I know New York, how New York get. Y'all don't got the weather to be holding down a Tesla. Like, oh, damn, man. Like, I was just trying to say, I'm looking forward to a self-driving car.
Well,
Yeesh.
I would just suggest you look into like the repair costs and the maintenance costs because
Okay,
even
you're
though
right.
even though you don't maintain it as much as you do like a gas car, when
Yeah.
you do have to maintain it, from what I understand and what I've seen, the costs are actually higher than the gas cars. So,
So, for that, the way I look at that is longevity, I spend less money. Because if you're going based off of, let's say, just maintenance alone, right?
mhm,
The amount of times I would have to get maintenance versus a vehicle that's not electric, I would at least assume, maybe I'm wrong based on assumption, but I'll at least assume that I'm doing less than 3 times the amount of maintenance that I would for a regular car versus a Tesla. And from that alone, to me, it sounds like, oh, I'm just spending less money
mhm.
overall. Now, obviously, up front, it'll be a lot more. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, if we're just doing hypothetical numbers, like 600 versus 1800. But it's like, how
mhm,
many times I'm doing the 600 versus 1800
yeah.
in the span
The
of a
other
couple of years?
thing, the other thing about Teslas is that if if you get in an accident, right, those
Yeah,
they have to they have to build those parts. It's not like they have like spare parts.
you're possibly out. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah, so
understand that.
that's another thing you need to consider. Um,
I mean, it's still a new
well,
company, honestly.
yeah, yeah, but
Uh,
at least with if you're gonna go, I would just say this: if you're gonna go electric, you should definitely go with Tesla because of the charging network. If you
thank you.
if you if you say you are getting like the Ford Mach-E, I would just say like don't bother doing it. Don't bother. Uh,
No, I feel you.
yeah, Tesla they have the network, so that's the advantage. And I've driven one actually.
How do you feel
It
about driving it?
I was just hoping I didn't get into a car accident because it, it was just one of the demos. that Tesla
Yeah.
has. So I wanted to drive a Model 3, but they gave me a Model Y. I do like the heated steering wheel, but
Now you
yeah,
make me want to go test out the demo. Like, relax.
yeah. I mean, do it. I mean, just I would
Yeah, but
say
I can't.
just
I don't want to do that and end up like liking it, and now I can't buy it. Like,
I just I did it.
that's why
I
I
still
did it.
get I still get
We just
emails from
understand.
Tesla. So, like,
Oh, they called me a couple times. I was like, I signed up for your work for it, yeah, but like I don't know. Y'all gonna like I seen how it looks. I subscribe to a YouTube channel that only talks about Teslas and Tesla coverages and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, I'm aware of like the updates and the things that they're going on, potential problems and battery and stuff. I'm just like, okay, I'm keeping up, especially with me also trying to invest into Tesla too. Like, yeah, I'm keeping up with the models to see how they turn out. And at the rate they're going to be the top dogs of the car company in general. If they keep at this pace.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say like, for sure like they're gonna be top dogs, but yeah. So I'm like, okay, I see where this is heading towards, and I'm just like, now if I hop in one, you guys also see me just going, damn, well, right now. I'm like, nah, because this is how I got into the situation I got right now. Everybody's like, get yourself a license, get yourself a license. Now I got a license. Now if I got to get in the goddamn car. I ain't want a goddamn car in the first place. Now I'm in the mood to get a goddamn car. Fuck everybody that told me to get my license. Nah, I'm fucking in the car. Like, y'all did this shit, not me.
Yeah, I just really look into it before you pull the trigger.
Definitely will. I definitely will.
Because I think the Teslas, I think all models are eligible for like the tax credit.
Yes. I heard it's supposed to be going away at some point if
Mm.
it doesn't happen anytime soon, but that might change either to more money as a tax credit or less money tax credit. I'm not 100% sure, but I heard that there were supposed to be some alterations coming soon to that.
Oh,
So if
okay.
one were to get a Tesla, their best bet after trying to get tax write-offs, like the ones they currently have now, is to get one now. But if you want a better Tesla, in a general
Mhm.
sense, it'd be best to wait until they release the new model that they're currently having been out soon. So I don't know. I mean, that's all I heard so far. I mean, again, things
Yeah.
might change. So I can say this now, and then if like 3 months later, it's like, oh yeah, we brought the tax credit back or increase on tax credit. Like I don't know until then. But as it stands, that's what I heard.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Great
I
pod.
mean, yeah. Hopefully, you will enjoy the Tesla if you buy it.
It's either I get a Tesla or I get an Audi A4, or if I'm going cheap, just to have a car from go point A to and not have to worry about maintenance and all that extra stuff and yada yada yada. It would be Nissan Versa, I believe. That's what it's called.
Why not Honda or Toyota? Like, both are reliable.
So I had a video about that
Mhm.
where I didn't release the video just because as I was deep diving more about cars, I realized there's certain things I didn't talk about in the video that need to cover. But I asked Chat GTP about cars,
Mhm.
and I
All
was very intrigued with the answers that they were giving me. So I was just narrowing it down based on what it gave me. I was like, if it's based off of this and based off of that, then I guess the best suited ideal car will be in these categories. Not specifically because I had to test drive it,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, I asked ChatGPT, and it was like, yeah, each company focuses on certain aspects when it comes to cars. So if you're going to choose a car, you would choose based on the personality of to a company. So I was like, okay, so what's the personality of these companies, or what car companies, focus on these properties, characteristics for their company? And I think Audi focused on performance or look, and Tesla did something in regards to technology. So I was like, okay, well, I favor towards that. If it was safety, then yeah, I would go for maybe a Honda, Toyota, so whatever other company. Or if I'm looking for a different type of characteristics, then I'll go for that. But if I'm going judgmental based on, I'm like, okay, well, I'm already in that ballpark of what I personally would like to have. So then from there, I just broke it down of like, okay, what would be best for somebody that has X amount of money? What would be best for somebody that is looking for this type of model or this type of feature in the car? And they gave me two options. And I was like, okay, well, I'm deciding on two options now. And all I need to have it myself, see if I like it or not.
All right.
Yeah, supposed to be I had a whole video planned out. I thought it was a really cool video. I just messed up on lack of information about cars that I later found out before I was about to edit that video. So I never put it out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened. But I may still put it out with a disclaimer. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's just sitting in my external hard drive.
All right. Well, I'll
Yeah,
look forward to seeing it.
I mean, it should be a little nice vid. I'll probably still release it. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate you, Kev, as always.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
definitely
I'm
do this
always
again
here.
2 weeks from now.
Yep.
Yay.
All right,
See you
man.
guys on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. I don't have a proper sign off yet. This is what did I say about the podcast? No Name Podcast. Thank you. I was like, I kind of like the name, but at the same time, I'm just like, hey. We'll see though.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.